sort of a game are you expecting?
I don't really know. It's been so long since we played them. They recruited very elaborate's not the right word, but they recruited something like that in the summer. Brought in some very, very good players. Jake Reeves in particular, ex-apprentice of mine, and really good player, very, very good player, a Football League player really. Look, they're going strong, they're in a strong position, they'll be hoping they can still catch the top two. Some good players, it's a proper ground, big pitch. I'm hoping it's going to be a game of football, rather than crash bang wallop that we've had to kind of deal with of late. But hopefully it'll be a good game of football.
Yeah, and it's back-to-back games against them as well, isn't it? Which is quite rare in football, isn't it? Does that change the approach at all?
No. The Tuesday game only becomes relevant from Sunday. Doesn't become relevant until that. We'll take it as two separate games like we do every game. We may learn something unbelievably good and bad on Saturday that helps us on Tuesday. So every game we'll just treat as a one-off project.
Yeah, so it can help in that respect, can't it, playing them back to back in terms of looking ahead to the second game on Tuesday night?
Yeah, it can do. Depending on the result. I mean, it can do. Utilising the knowledge that you've gained, and having the benefit of hindsight helps you prepare, helps you plan. It helps you execute a lot of the time. But it's going to be a tough game in itself on Saturday, and I think full focus needs to be applied to that.
Yeah, and obviously there's a lot of big teams in this division, aren't there? But are they the biggest?
Well, I don't know what quantifies the biggest. Is the biggest the team that spends the most amount of money? Then they're probably not. Is it the history of the club? Then they'd be, I'm sure they'd be up and about with it. It depends how you quantify it. We're supposed to be a big club, but we're a big club in history. That's where we're big, and we're a big club when we have 3,000 and a bit on average, supporting us in them home games. But it just depends how you quantify it. I like going to the ground. It's a proper ground. You're going to play against a Football League manager. You're playing against Football League players, really, give or take. And like I said, I'm hoping it's a game. It's a game that flows. It has a little bit of we have a go, they have a go, and we actually see some good football, because there's some good footballers and some really good football teams in the division. Sometimes I don't think we see that.
Yeah. Just finally for me, Darren, I mean, you said it's all or nothing from your team in terms of going for the win. Do you think that's costing you points, though? Are there times where you would rather see them settle for a point?
Yeah, listen, I'd have been okay with a point Tuesday. I'm not sure the relevance of the question, based on the fact we've headed one in from 15 yards into a top corner of our own goal. I'm not sure. We certainly, that wasn't all or nothing. That's an anomaly.
Okay.
Sorry, mate.
That's absolutely fine.
Sorry, pal.
It was your quote that you said the other night, that your team is more all or nothing in terms of boom or bust.
Yeah, I think. Listen, you're Yeovil Town. You're playing Bromley, and you're at home. We expect to win games, and our public, our supporters expect us to go for it. And that's definitely it. But the part of that all or nothing is not heading it in our goal from 15 yards by our own players. So it's a point would have been fine. It wouldn't have been. I don't think it would have been what we deserved. I thought we deserved all three with our mentality, our all or nothing kind of attitude. I thought we attacked. I thought the best chance of our game was Murphy and Reed both had headers in injury time, and I thought they were our best two chances. So I think they carried out that mentality. I don't think it cost us on that day, just purely because of that anomaly of a goal.
Were you surprised at Bromley's up and at approach on Tuesday?
No, they're always like that. They're pretty often it's like that when you play Bromley. Very, very established group of players. Very few young ones in there. Maloney in midfield maybe, but the rest are pretty established. Football league players or at least senior players. If I had Cheek and Doofus, knowing their qualities and strengths, I'd want to get the ball up early to them as well. And I think they played to their, to the strengths of the two forwards. I thought we defended them really well for the majority of the game. The first goal's easier to go through from a football perspective because obviously you can break down the goal. The second goal, like I said, is just a. It's just I've never seen a header like it. And the thing is with Ruben, his body position is actually really, really good, and I've never seen anyone head the ball in that direction when their body position is in such a good position. But we have to laugh about it because it's unexplainable, and if you try and go too crazy and too in depth into why, how, it was a poor foul that Jimmy gave away, definitely, to lead to the free kick. But we had a really good chance with Murphy from across seconds before. So, there's those bits. But listen, it happens. It's an awful mistake, but the honest error from Ruben, and he's given us so much of late. He deserves a pass in my eyes.
It's a great header at the end of the day, wasn't it? Just the wrong bloody end.
Telly Ed.
Reece Murphy keeps scoring, and that is definitely a plus point, isn't it? I mean, he's certainly back on the goals on a regular basis now, and you must be pleased with that.
Yeah, no, by his own admission, we had a lovely 1-to-1 today, and talked about the differences and why it's better now for him, why it's better now for us. And what I like most about it is that he's had to go through some adversity to get into this vein of form, and I think that always showcases the character of the individual, of the player. Good characteristics. He's worked very hard on his fitness levels. He seems settled now, a lot more settled in his decision making about how he prepares his body, and he has stripped back his game again. And I just thought he looked a little bit too far afield in the early stages of the season, almost trying to be too clever with what he was doing, the way he was striking the ball, his positioning, his body shape. But Ruben's been a big part of that as well. But his hold up plays better, almost back to how it was when he first came. And he's had to work hard, and I can't give him any more credit than say he thoroughly deserves his goals at the moment. And even the way he took his penalty the other night, that's the Reece Murphy I know. The one that I saw early on, that wasn't him. That was a different version. But I like this version, and why he's like that, and he's in that vein of form. He'll be a massive part of our starting 11.
News broke today, apparently, that Carl Dickinson is going to be a manager soon at the end of the season. Make a good manager, I think, don't you think?
Careful what you wish for, Carl. Careful what you wish for. Look, he told me some time ago that he was that this was an option for him. It's a great option for him and his family. It gives him the security, but it also gives him a chance to go and learn the role. And Carl is a wonderful character, as good as I've worked with. I love working with him. Whenever I need some fire in the dressing room, I know if I poke Carl the right way, I can get that fire out of him. And I like that about him. I love that about him. He's got a real determination. He's a winner. There's no question about it. He's a winner. And whenever we've gone through periods of losing, I've always looked to Carl to come maybe back into the side, and and spark everything, and get everyone fighting and flying in. And he's a real trier. He's a real trier, Carl, and he knows he's always got me on the end of a phone, or Terry, and amongst all the wonderful managers that he's played for in his career. But nothing prepares you for management. No course. I'm sorry, I've done all the courses. By the time I was 22, and then I gave myself 11 years preparation, and I still wasn't prepared. So it's a baptism of fire. But he's doing it with a good contract, lots of stability. He can make mistakes and probably get away with them, and and hopefully that will see him into a really successful coaching or managerial career. He's one of them that I'm sure at some point in my career as a manager or a coach, I'll probably would want to work with him at some point, if it be in my team or helping him, because great guy, one of the best. And when I joined, when I joined the club, he was he was in the stand watching the game with the fans, and when I spoke to him, and Carl could have left, everyone should know that Carl could have left this club. He had options to go elsewhere. I spoke to him. There was no begging or pleading, but I told him who I was and what I was, and he committed wholeheartedly from day one. So he has has always had my undeniable respect, and I hope he's a huge success. But he knows that he's got a huge job to do for us now, and his focus is fully on us climbing that table again.
Finally, quite a lot of chatter on social media about Paddy Madden. Did you ever get the option of going in for him or not?
You're joking, aren't you? Blimey. Listen, I know the final. I'm trying to word this as good as I can. Let's put it this way. This is the best way I can put it. Paddy's expectations are far greater than our capabilities. So we were. I didn't even know. I know the Stockport manager well. I spoke to him this morning, and we talked about it, but I didn't know this. I don't think anyone knew he was available. So it wasn't made public, or it wasn't sent to any club that he was available. But it's a wonderful sight. It's a League One player playing in the National League, and again, obviously, Stockport can meet Paddy's expectations, because why would he leave a League One club for the National League, other than if people's lifestyles have to be maintained, and Paddy deserves that, because he's had a very good career, and he'll be a huge player for Stockport, huge player, and one we'll be coming up against before the end of the season.
Yeah, I think hopefully the crowd will be back, so at least it'll boost the crowd if he does play when they come down to Hewish Park.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good luck Saturday, Darren.
Thank you.
Let's turn it round and get 3 points.
Nice one.
Thanks, old dog.
How you doing, Darren? You okay?
Hi, mate. Yeah, you good, you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Just going back to the announcement of Carl, does that give you longer now to look for a replacement, or is it too far away?
I've been looking since last year. Very hard to find a replacement for Carl, because there's not many like him, let me tell you. I feel very fortunate to have inherited such a disillusioned player. It made it very easy for me to convince Carl of what we were trying to do, and that he should give up his family time, his body, all of those other things that go with really committing yourself to any great cause, and he's given absolutely everything. It'll be very, very hard to replace him. Very hard. I mean, when you look at the young players coming through in the game, not at Yeovil, in the game, there's no one with Carl's attributes. Just off 6 foot, good in the air, tough, good talker, good passer of the ball. There's no one coming through at the younger ages that has them qualities. So you have to try and try and grab the best player possible in the senior game, because it's not just his playing performances, it's his standards and his professionalism and his winning mentality around the place. Trains properly every day, never a day off for Carl. Every day is a massive session. He starts losing in the five-a-sides, he starts throwing his teddies out, he starts screaming and shouting, kicking. That's what winners do. They don't settle for anything other than winning.
And I think Tuesday's defeat was your first since the start of December, which shows you've had a great home form. What do you put that down to, despite not having the fans there?
Look, the form has improved generally, regardless of home or away, because of our recruitment that we did. Middle of November, late November. We can all see that now. Nerfield, Knowles, who just surprises me every time I watch him play. Sanupe obviously came in as part of that cohort. Bradley signing permanently, Max Hunt. That's it. It's not hard. You get your recruitment right and you can do some good things. You get your recruitment wrong and you don't win in 10. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. So very hard to do. It's not a simple thing in terms of acting it out, because there's lots of things that need to go your way, and you need that that kind of infinite amount of cash to provide. Scott does brilliantly for our football club, absolutely brilliantly, and I'm one of these managers that I'm always asking for more. I think that's a big part of being a manager. You have to ask. Why settle? You have to ask. I always want more. I always want another player. Always want another star, another project, another senior, another young one. Always. It's my job. And then he has the unenviable job of saying no and ensuring the business is functional and and well kept. So he does brilliant for us in that sense. Absolutely brilliant for the football club. But I always ask. So, and he knows the loan deadline's coming up. So I think he might be leaving the country for a few weeks, try and get away from me. But the recruitment, has been. You look at Knowles now. It looks like a really good signing. Hunty, really good signing. All those types, but.
I think that's all for me then, Darren, in that case. Good luck on Saturday.
But just while we're all online, just wanted obviously to pass my condolences to the legend that is Jimmy, that sadly passed away, and he came past us today, and we all wanted to celebrate his life, and I think it's important we celebrate our people here. I had Glenn's funeral Monday. It's important we celebrate these people. They have huge influences in our life, so